Hey guys, it's Rachel here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a bit of a life update as well as a summer TBR. So first I'm going to start with the life update. So this summer I am going to an opera program where I will be performing the role of Jo March in the opera Little Women. I've talked about this a lot in both my April TBR and my April mid-month wrap-up because I read the book Little Women in preparation for that. So because of this gig, I will essentially be away for most of the summer. I'm actually leaving in a few days. Today is May 3rd, and I will be leaving on the 7th, and I will not be back until about July 21st. Because of that, I will not be able to film any videos while I'm there, and there are a couple of reasons for that. One, I will not be bringing my ring light or anything with me. I won't have any kind of filming set up. I will also be living with roommates, and so I feel like that's going to be weird too, filming videos around my roommates. And also I will be going to a mountainous and kind of rural area, and from what I understand, the internet is not great there. So apparently I will not be able to upload videos, and apparently streaming is also going to be a struggle, which makes my heart really sad. Also, because of the kind of bad internet connection and the whole filming situation, I won't be filming anything while I'm there. Right now I'm pre-filming a couple of videos just to kind of tide you guys over. But this channel will be pretty silent throughout the summer, so I just kind of wanted to give you a fair warning about that. I will definitely be getting a lot of reading done this summer though, so I'm planning on definitely doing like a whole like summer wrap up once I get back home with my filming setup and all of that. But today I thought it would be fun to kind of do like a summer TBR and talk about the books that I'm really excited about reading in the next couple of months. So I did want to talk a little bit about the Throne of Glass series because I've been reading a book from that series each month. But because I've been doing reading vlogs in conjunction with each book, I'm going to kind of postpone my reading of the series until I get back in July. So you will definitely not be seeing any reading vlogs of the next books until I get back. So there are a lot more books that I can read though besides the Throne of Glass series. I have my Kindle right here. I think this is going to be a really great way for me to get a lot of reading done this summer just because it's so portable and compact. And I have quite a few books on here, so I thought it would be kind of cool to like go through my library and kind of share with you the books that I'm the most excited about reading. So I think I'm just going to put the covers over here for these books, but the first book that I'm really interested in reading is called Good Luck Charm by Helena Hunting. This is a second chance romance book. This was recommended to me by a couple of booktubers. The first one was Lisa from Books and Smiles, and Heather from Bookables also just recently talked about this book in her April wrap-up. So I've heard that that's a pretty good second chance romance. I haven't read a lot of books with that trope, so I think that would be really interesting. I think I'm probably going to end up reading a lot of smutty romances this summer because that's a bulk of what is on my Kindle, because those books are either really cheap on Kindle or they're actually free. There's some free ones that I have on here. Let's see, I have a ton of Tiffany Reese ones that I'm super excited to get to. I have most of the original Sinners series. There's like 10 books in total of that series, but I actually read one of those books a couple of months ago and I really loved it. Tiffany Reese is by far my favorite like smutty romance author. She just knows how to write those books, and the plots are always original, the characters are always well developed, and the romances are just really great. So I'm sure I'm gonna be able to read that entire series. Then I have Back River Quiver by Alexa Riley and Jessa Kane. This one I believe is kind of like a satire-y kind of romance. It's a ridiculous story about this girl and like this swamp man who like kind of immediately like is very possessive of her and falls in love with her, and like I don't know, I just heard it was a fun time, so I bought that one. I think it was like $1 on Kindle. I'm very interested in reading The Foxhole Court by Nora Sakovich. This is actually a trilogy of books, I believe. This was really recommended by Chandler Ainsley here on BookTube. She loves that series. Also Everything All at Once by Katrina Leno. This was recommended by Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads. I haven't really read anything from Katrina Leno, but this plot is really interesting. I think it centers around this girl who has an aunt who in this universe is basically J.K. Rowling. So I thought that was a really interesting plot. I'm trying to see what else. There's a ton of arcs on here that I really can't wait to get to. Red, White, and Royal Blue. Hell yeah. I cannot wait to read that arc. I got that off of NetGalley and everybody has been giving it 5 stars. I'm just so excited for that. Also Again But Better by Christine Riccio. She's a very popular booktuber. I'm trying to remember her name. It's something like Poland Bananas or something. Yikes, I can't remember. But she's a very, very popular booktuber, and I'm really interested in reading that arc as well. I do have one actual physical book that I really, really want to read this summer, and that is The Red Scrolls of Magic by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu. This is the first book in the Eldest Curses. I believe this is going to be a trilogy. This gorgeous edition is from Waterstones, and I've heard that this book is just very different from the rest of the Shadowhunter books in that it's definitely more fun and more lighthearted than all of the other books in this universe. Also, it's very short. All of Cassandra Clare's books are at least like 450 pages, so this is also very refreshing. I think this is just a little bit over 300 pages, so I think this will just be a really fun time. All that I know about this series is that it centers around Magnus and Alec, and they are on vacation in Europe, and basically hijinks ensue, and yeah, the plot goes on from there, but I'm very much looking forward to reading this book this summer. Okay, and the last part of my TBR, I thought I would pick a few books out of my TBR jar just to see if there are any books that I think that I would like to bring with me this summer. So yeah, I'm gonna pick a few out of here. Friend Request by Laura Marshall. Okay, I have this book back here. Okay, so here's Friend Request. I haven't heard a lot of things about this book, but I think I'm just gonna read the inside cover to you. 1989, when Louise first notices the new girl who has mysteriously transferred late into their senior year, Maria seems to be everything Louise's other friends aren't. Authentic, funny, brash. Within just a few days, Maria and Louise are on their way to becoming fast friends. Then it jumps to 2016. Louise receives a heart-stopping email. Maria Weston wants to be friends on Facebook. Long-buried memories quickly rise to the surface. Those first days of their budding friendship, cruel decisions made and dark secrets kept, and the night that would change all of their lives forever. So I thought that this was a really intriguing plot. This reminds me of that horror movie Unfriended, I believe it was called. And that was about like this group of friends who were basically being haunted by the ghost of this girl who I think they all made fun of. This ghost haunted them via like Skype and like the internet and stuff. So I loved that movie. I know that it's not like the best movie, but it was definitely a guilty pleasure for me. So when I read the synopsis of this book, I knew that I immediately had to pick it up. So I may very well bring this with me because I feel like this is going to just be something that I won't have to think a lot about while reading it, and I think it will be really enjoyable for me. So let's pick a couple more since I'm basically picking a TBR for the next couple of months. Her Last Secret by Barbara Copperthwaite. This is actually a book that's on my Kindle, so that's going to be really convenient. I don't know anything about this book except that it is a really good mystery thriller that was recommended to me by Lisa from Books and Smiles. Definitely very much looking forward to checking out that book as well. I think I'm gonna pick 2 more books, so let's just pick another. Okay. Attachments by Rainbow Rowell. I have this one. Let me grab it real quick. Okay, so here it is. This is Attachments by Rainbow Rowell. I'm just gonna read this synopsis off the back for you guys. Beth Fremont and Jennifer Schreibner-Schneider, okay, know that somebody's monitoring their work email. Everybody in the newsroom knows it's company policy, but they can't quite bring themselves to take it seriously. They go on sending each other endless and endlessly hilarious emails discussing every aspect of their personal lives. And meanwhile, Lincoln O'Neill is the one who is reading all their emails. And the plot kind of goes on from there. I know that some people find this book to be kind of problematic because there's a lot of spying going on, but I love Rainbow Rowell, and so I have a feeling that I'm really going to enjoy this book as well. Okay, and I'm gonna pick one more out of my TBR jar. Okay, I got Speak by Lori Halls Anderson, and here is Speak. This is just the original cover. I think it is so gorgeous, but there's also an amazing edition that just came out for the 20th anniversary that I'm also really interested in picking up. So for those of you that may not know, this is a very famous book. Came out in 1999, I believe. And I'm gonna read you the synopsis on the back as well. Linda Sordino's freshman year is off to a horrible start. She busted an end of summer party by calling the cops, and now her friends and even strangers all hate her. Months pass and things aren't getting better. She's a pariah, the lowest of the low, avoided by everyone, but eventually she'll reveal what happened at the party, and when she finally speaks the truth, everything will change. I am very, very much looking forward to this book. This novel kind of seems to be like the first like standout YA novel about the topic of rape. So I'm just really interested to see what I think of it. I will definitely bring this with me this summer just because I've really been wanting to read this book for quite some time. You know what the hey, let's pick one more. I'm having a lot of fun picking little post-it notes out of this jar. Interesting. All American Boys by Jason Reynolds. I have a physical copy of that book. Let me grab it real quick. Okay, so here is All American Boys by Jason Reynolds and Brendan Keeley. I read Jason Reynolds' book Long Way Down last year and absolutely loved it. So I knew that I had to check out more of his books. I actually have access to the audiobook for this one, so I think I'm gonna go that route. Because I definitely have a very long road trip ahead of me getting to my gig, so I will definitely listen to this. Let's read a little bit of the synopsis. So on the back cover there is graffiti that reads, "Rashad is absent again today." And then it goes on to say, "That's the sidewalk graffiti that started it all." Well, no, actually a lady tripping over Rashad at the store, making him drop a bag of chips, was what started it all. But it didn't matter what Rashad said next, that it was an accident, that he wasn't stealing. The cop just kept pummeling him over and over. So then Rashad, an ROTC kid with mad art skills, was absent again and again, stuck in a hospital room. Why? Because it looked like he was stealing. And he was a black kid in baggy clothes, so he must have been stealing. And that's how it started. I just got emotional reading that synopsis. I know that Jason Reynolds is going to just knock this out of the ballpark. He is incredible, and I really can't wait to listen to this audiobook. I think it's probably going to make me cry while I'm driving. Okay guys, that's going to be it for my summer TBR. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you would consider subscribing. Don't forget to push that notification bell button below so that you'll be notified every time I upload, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!